Sean Hannity has now joined in on the brutal pivot from Sleepy Joe to Way Too Awake Joe in criticizing his State of the Union speech, insinuating multiple times on his show that he must have been on something, and pleading desperately to make the case that despite what we all saw clearly with our own eyes, lying eyes if it's up to Sean Hannity, because it's not to be believed because it was all smoke and mirrors. Here is just a little taste of that.
President Joe Biden laid out his radical wish list for America. His speech was so hyped up, it was bizarre. I will not be shouting the whole hour. Frankly, so at odds with everyday Joe, it's even frightening to me. He spent most of the night shouting, speeding through his speech, and clearly overcompensating from the normal everyday Joe that can barely string two sentences together. At times, it became uncomfortable watching him screaming and yelling and speeding through that speech. The AP affectionately called it feisty. I guess that's one way to describe it. Tonight, America saw let's say, a very different Joe Biden. I might call him jacked up Joe.
And again, this is a rather brutal pivot, but these guys don't really have anything else they can do at this point to try and save face and whatever little credibility they have left, which isn't a lot. But remember, in the Fox News multiverse, Biden is this babbling old man baby with a diaper on and needing assistance to do anything. So the way that he was able to give this speech and seem not only perfectly fine, but to do so in an impressive manner really crumbles the worldview that they've built up, so much so that they've dropped the Sleepy Joe moniker. That never existed. Sleepy Joe who, right? Because the new thing is jacked up Joe. Because clearly, this 81-year-old man is on drugs. He wasn't before last night because then he was Sleepy Joe. So it's not even something that his heart is used to, but at 81 years old, it was able to just shrug off a little casual speed. No big deal. Also normal, right? It's totally not just a major cope sandwich from people who couldn't say anything good about Joe Biden if a gun was held to their head, because they make their living as a propaganda station spreading this kind of hateful and dangerous rhetoric.
You've had communication with him. You've said you've talked to him. You read him that portion of the bill. And then you saw him last night. And Democrats this morning are high-fiving each other saying, whew, he's going to make it. He's going to fight. He's going to get us all the way through, and he's going to take on Donald Trump. He's going to take it to him every day. Now, to me, a State of the Union for a president, they are set up for success. So it was a low bar. He cleared it very well, and now the Democrats are happy today. And the talk about replacing him at the convention will go away.
Even more cope. The low bar was set by the misinformation and narratives put out by her exact station. No one with a basis in reality believed any of these things. Sure, Biden's lost a step. Sure, he stutters. He is 81 years old. But these people want you to believe that he can't string a sentence together or stand up straight. That's the bar that they set for themselves. So it's just hilarious seeing all the different avenues they're now taking to explain why their narrative didn't play out. How for the last few weeks their talk was, oh, Joe Biden will fumble this speech and stutter his way through it. But objectively, it was a powerful and moving speech. If Donald Trump gave that speech, they would be trying to shove it down Democrats' throats. But because it has Biden's name on it, they can't give it any credence. And it comes down to the fact that they're terrified. They are scared about the outcome of this election. They know that they have an extremely weak candidate while Biden is seemingly getting stronger and looking better by the day, and they don't want to give him any extra advantage that he doesn't already have, but it doesn't matter because the blue wave is coming regardless. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.